Hello, this is Patrick, and you're here for a review of this Peztio dash cam. And this is a $59 dash cam that you can order on Amazon, and it's got some pretty good specs on it. So if you don't have a car that has a built-in dash cam like a Tesla Model 3, then you could buy one of these, or you can buy a more expensive black view that's like $250. Now this has actually got some pretty decent specs on it. It's got an HD camera, G sensor, so that's where it detects if there's motion in the vehicle, it starts recording. It's got a 3-inch size LCD display. It's got a 170-degree viewing angle with an ultra high resolution wide angle lens. It saves in MOV format. It's 3-megapixel camera. It does seamless loop recording. It automatically powers on or off. It can support auto ignition boot, turn off, shut down, so you can wire it in if you want to. You don't have to. What else does it? It's got built-in memory, 64 megabyte space. You really need to put like a micro SD card up to 32 gigabytes. It's got a built-in mic, and it's 1 amp 5 volt for power, and it's got a built-in battery. All right, so what's in the box? It looks like a camera. It's got like a real lens on it. It's very odd for a dash cam. We've got a rear view camera inside of this one. Cool. And we've got our power and the mount to mount it to the car. Wow, so this can record HDMI in? I'm thinking of other uses for this thing. This is the little Peztio. And it's interesting. It's a dash cam, but it looks more like a real camera. It's got this big old honking lens on it, which is unusual for most dash cams, and a real simple mounting system. We're going to go ahead and do a quick setup of this. All right, so let's go ahead and put this thing together. So first off, we need to power this up. And in the box, you get a nice batch of cables. Most important is our power. So this is just our 12-volt power. You could theoretically splice this into your car if you don't want to use a cigarette lighter adapter, but these are the same ports that you use for powering your phones or other electronic devices in your car. I was testing this out earlier, so it's a little tangled. This is the ignition wire. So if you've ever installed a car stereo, it's kind of a similar process hooking into that. And this is the backup camera, so you route this into the trunk of the car. We're under pressure to get this video out as soon as possible, and I don't want to rip up the molding of this car right away. All right, so it's pretty interesting. It looks like it's a form of HDMI cable, which is pretty cool. So that goes into here, and then it's a mini USB power here, and that powers right on. It says please insert a class 10 micro SD card. We'll go ahead and finish installing these and see how they look. So here's our mount. We'll go ahead and place it right here and lock it down. That's nice and tight. And we'll slide the camera on there. And we will kind of route the cables up just a little bit so that they're not in view directly. Now, you'd normally kind of peel this up and you'd put these under the molding. This car already has a backup camera and recording features. That's why I'm not permanently mounting it. They do give you a really long cable, so you are able to route it around on your car. This is the one that's built into the Tesla, and this is the one that we've got, which actually looks like it has LEDs for night vision, which is pretty. If we put it into the license plate frame. All right, so we're just gonna do that for right now. Oh, actually, you know what? We should check out the features on this little guy. Apparently the bottom button here, we can switch between views of the front and back camera. So we've got just our front camera, just our rear camera, and we have a picture-in-picture, or swapped picture-in-picture and side-by-side. So that's pretty cool. I think I like the picture-in-picture. Proper installation would be to route through the molding of the car and into your 12-volt power supply of your vehicle. This could be the cigarette lighter adapter. You can go into the wiring harness and connect it directly like you would a car stereo. And then it's pretty cool. It's HDMI in for the rear camera which is odd because it's still a standard definition rear camera, but it provides both the power and the video signal. And then there's a red reverse lamp positive lead, so you connect that and it'll know when you're backing up, so it can give you guidelines when you're in reverse mode. Showing different ways of routing it, so you could route it around the bottom of your car or along the roof of your car, and you can mount it up high at the top of the window, or you can mount it license plate. So we got our dash cam mostly installed. Enough for this review anyways, and we're gonna try and get some footage. So we'll drive around a little bit and see how this looks.
But yeah, I saw that.
That G-force sensor went off and it turned the camera back on and it started recording, which is exactly what it's supposed to do.
That way, if you're driving, it records. If you're not driving, it doesn't take up the storage space.
Yeah, and then it's got a built-in battery, so even though the power could be off to the car, it has enough juice that it can kick on and record if there's an event where somebody's breaking into the car. And as long as they don't steal the camera, you'll have some footage of it.
I think they would notice a pretty big camera right there that's on and has a blinking recording light.
Yeah, that might be a dead giveaway. Well, if any of you guys like this little camera, this little $60 camera, and you want to order it, just look in the little show notes below and there's a link and you can click on it and you can order it. I think it's pretty impressive for the price, and if I didn't have one built into the Model 3, I'd get one. I may use this in my Model X because the version that I have is I don't have the dash cam capability yet, not until they replace my full self-driving computer. So I might use this in the meantime, because it's kind of handy. So this concludes our review of the Peztio $60 camera. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe if you want to see more videos like these, and apparently I'll be doing more stuff like this, and I'll be doing giveaways. I've got some stuff that they're sending me stuff to give away, so please subscribe, click the notification bell. We'll see you guys next time.
I love recording. It's just fun.